Billy with Gilbert Travels here. Welcome to Miami International Airport. In 2020, during the pandemic, American Airlines shut down their Flagship Lounge facilities at their airports around the country. And in mid-September, they started opening them back up. Miami here was their second location to reopen. And I am here about a week after the reopening to check out the lounge. One thing that has changed that was not the case with the Flagship Lounge before is, in addition to qualifying business and first class tickets, you can now purchase your way into the lounge for $150. What do I think of purchasing lounge access for $150? Well, let's talk a little bit more about that. But first, let's go back to the start of this trip. Thanks, Future Billy. Well, we're back here at the start of this trip in Seattle-Tacoma Airport, where we have to get down to Miami. My ticket tomorrow out of Miami includes access already to the Flagship Lounge and Flagship First Dining, but I did spend $150 on this economy ticket connecting to Los Angeles on the way down. So come along on this quick flight, we'll get back to the lounge.
This evening I started out in a CRJ 700 for the 2-hour in-the-air flight to Los Angeles, and my upgrade into first class had already cleared. This SkyWest operated aircraft has flown for United, then Delta, and now American, and still featured blue Delta armrests with gray American seats. And that was the highlight of this first trip, as after a brief weather delay, we were back on the ground in LA.
So my connecting flight to Miami is going to be about an hour late. Looking forward to getting on board here in about 40 minutes. Finding my seat in the premium economy section, which I was able to book with my platinum status for free, and trying to get right to sleep. Get about 4 or 5 hours of sleep here on my way to Miami.
I took an envious walk through the business class cabin to take my window seat in the 3-row premium economy section. These seats are basically identical to American's domestic first class and still have entertainment displays, so getting this as a free selection with status is a great deal. I got out my own brought-along red-eye survival amenities and planned to go to sleep while we're still on the ground. Just as I was trying to nod off, over my noise-canceling headphones, I heard my name called out on the PA system. I waved down the flight attendant, who quietly passed me my new boarding pass, and just like that, I was whisked forward into the cabin as my upgraded business class had cleared. I had a few minutes on the ground to enjoy this very nice development in my trip, now being assured of a good night's sleep. I considered staying up for meal service, but being as it was already 1 a.m., I decided to take the blessing of a flat bed and use it to go to sleep. I truly passed out, no problem at all, waking about an hour before landing, ordering a cup of coffee, and venturing into the business class bar area for some snacks to make myself a light breakfast. And then, just like that, here we are in Miami, Florida on the next day. Easy, right?
Well, you're all caught up now on how we got here to Miami. It was nice getting upgraded there on the plane. Let's head inside the lounge and see what it's like. All right, we got a welcome area with mimosas right when you come in. Very nice.
American's Flagship Lounge in Miami was opened in late 2017, and it remains a great space to enjoy, now that it's reopened.
Got my reservation set for 1 o'clock for the opening at Flagship First Dining, which will be on my other video on this review. But for now, we're going to walk around, give you a quick tour of the main part of the Flagship Lounge. I'll let you know what we think of it. After the tour, tell you what I think of that $150 charge to come in this facility. Let's see what you think.
First, we take a walk down the hallway by the shower facility, which we'll come check out later in the review, and around back to the lighter bite buffet area. I was glad to be here early, with the lounge almost deserted, to get you some nice clear footage throughout. Back behind this is the quiet area of the lounge, where noise and distraction should be kept to a minimum, and there's also several lounge daybeds that are comfortable enough for a short nap if needed. Next we head over to the main dining room and the self-serve breakfast buffet. I was really impressed by the selection and quality of the food on display. This is far superior to many airport lounges, including American's own Admirals Clubs. There are some great imaginative options, including some selections by the chef at the Flagship First Dining facility. That adjoining Flagship First Dining will be the subject of my next video before my return flight. Continuing on, next to that is the main bar area, which has a wide variety of drink offerings. However, unlike the Flagship Lounge location in JFK, it is all self-service. And adjoining to that is the wine bar island as well. All these beverages are of course complimentary. This area of the lounge also features the best views out of the airplane action in Miami. Moving on, I spotted the seats where I ate dinner with my wife Grace before our British Airways 747 first class flight several years ago, which is one of the earliest videos on this channel. I then proceeded around the remainder of the seating surrounding this area of the Flagship Lounge, which also contains another small drink and snack station that leads up to the computer work area. Around the corner from there is the TV viewing room, and then another small sitting area. I do also like these bar stool seats looking down at the terminal below. And that's going to bring us all the way around the perimeter of this lounge, so let's circle back and try out breakfast. I consider the American Express Centurion Lounge the US standard for buffet lounge meals, and I consider this breakfast to be solidly on par with their offerings, which is a compliment. Then decided to head back to the lounge front desk and get a shower booked, which was available immediately on my visit, so I could get cleaned up between these cross-country flights. This is a very generous and premium feeling space. Taking a shower really makes a difference to feel human again after a short red-eye flight like I took last night. After the shower, I decided to try out some of the different seating around the lounge, ending up in one of the day beds in the quiet zone for a little reading. Overall, I found the lounge much quieter than pre-pandemic, and I enjoyed my visit quite a bit. I walked past the newly displayed lunch buffet on my way over to the Flagship First Dining, where we'll pick up in the next video. For now, let's finish our discussion about that $150 entry charge.
So what do I think about the idea of paying $150 to visit this flagship facility, which is available on anyone flying on American flights for the time being? They're trying it out. We'll see if it is a success for American or not. But I break it down as follows. Say your average day pass access to a lounge is worth about $50 if you don't have a lounge club permit that you're already paying for. And then a lounge like this with a little better food, I'm going to value it, say, $20. And a shower facility, I'd say we could value at $10. And then I would say that you could attach, say, a opportunity cost to being able to visit these flagship facilities when you're at an airport that has one, since obviously not all of America's airports feature this top-end lounge. Let's say you attach a $20 value to that, so that gets you to about $100 of value in visiting the lounge, not including drinks. So to me, if you want to try to rationalize it that way, you got to drink about $50 worth of alcohol to get your money's worth out of this versus visiting, say, an Admiral's Club that you can buy a day pass to as well for $59. Now there are some differences there. With the Admiral's Club, you can get in children included in your day pass. Of course, each adult is $59, but here in the flagship facility, it's $150 for anyone over the age of 2. So even a family of 3 like mine would be $450 to get in here, and I think that would clearly be a pretty exorbitant cost to pay. But for a couple traveling on a special itinerary that doesn't otherwise get lounge access for a nice big vacation, maybe throwing $300 on top of your trip to kick it off in style, it could be worth it under limited circumstances. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed having a look at that flagship lounge facility with me today. Enjoyed bringing you along. And Billy with Gilbert Travels here. I will see you on the next flight.
Please remember to like, comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be made aware first when more content is available. As always, thanks for watching.